morning and welcome to another edition of 7 Days. Stay with us as we bring to you major stories we reported the previous week. I am Udrakobong Achibong. In the course of the week in focus, Governor Godwin Obaseki unveiled a 2.0 education reform and transformation revolution for the Edo basic education sector transformation, popularly known as Edo Best. This was at a results-sharing session to commemorate the third-year anniversary of Edo Best.
The results-sharing section gathered stakeholders in the education sector to evaluate the performance of pupils to ascertain if it has been able to give the pupils and students the best they deserve after 3 years of launching the project.
Your Excellency, sir, when we leave primary school, we are going to secondary school, which is not in good shape at present. What will happen to us then, sir?
Governor Godwin Obaseki, who believes in a digitization of the education system and the reform of the basic education sector to create a better future for those states, says the sector needs to accelerate from the 1.0 to 2.0. To achieve this, he says there must be attitudinal change and calls for community ownership.
We have made progress, but we're not where we want to be. We need to accelerate. We don't have time. Our kids are now learning better. They're about 70% of their colleagues in Europe and Asia. We want to extend this transformation throughout the entire educational chain, not only in the basic school systems, but also in the middle school, in the technical colleges, and in the tertiary institutions.
State Chairman of Superb, Dr. Joan Oviawe, intimated stakeholders of the radical changes in the past 3 years of Governor Obaseki's administration.
Our teachers are now coming to school. When they come to school, they are teaching. When they teach, the kids are learning. And on our own, from the back end, we are also assessing what are the indicators to show that these kids are learning.
High point of the event was the launching of the Edo Best 2.0.
And still talking of the activities of the state government in the course of the week in focus, Edo state government said as part of effort to rebuild manpower infrastructure and accreditation of School of Nursing and Midwifery for delivery of quality health services, it will not accept any old staff of the school into the new system, expected to take off in September this year. Governor Godwin Obaseki was speaking when he received the Secretary General and Registrar of the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Dr. Farouk Abubakar, on a courtesy visit to the government house.
The State School of Nursing and Midwifery, abandoned over the years, is currently being reconstructed by the Governor Obaseki's administration to offer world-class training programs for nurses and midwives when completed. Receiving the August visitor, Governor Godwin Obaseki says his administration is poised at running the college system in line with global standards.
I am sorry. My new nursing school, I am not going to accept anybody who was in the old process. I am not going to. That is a no-no, because you waited in a system and saw it decay. I rebuilt it, nobody can come back in. There we'll get new people to run the system. That one I'm prepared to fight anybody. Because nobody can explain to me what happened. You can't say, oh, it's not my fault, but you were culpable. Because you were in a system that decayed, that destroyed itself. Now we have rebuilt it, we're not bringing any of you back.
With the disruption caused by COVID-19 health-wise, Governor Obaseki says he's upping his game in the provision of top-notch facilities and training of workforce to make Edo a medical hub of the country.
The standards you must adopt locally have to be the same standards you are trying to pay to go and get abroad. Because we've seen it. You go abroad for care, and at the end of the day, who are the people attending to you when you are there in the UK on the street? It's the same Nigerians. You've made the situation difficult for at home. They've gone out there and they're doing as well. So why not just improve the situation here at home and you have more people coming into the system?
Secretary General and Registrar Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria, Dr. Farouk Abubakar is of the opinion that the governor should change and upgrade the State School of Nursing and Midwifery to Edo State College of Nursing Sciences as part of federal government educational reforms.
Part of our educational reform of nursing education, we have streamlined to say that all schools of nursing will be converted to collegiate system.
We don't want to get too far in this before inviting the accreditation team of the Nursing Council to come and see what we are doing so that they can advise us and give us recommendations if we are on the right track or if there are some things we need to do.
The giant strides of the present administration in critical areas of development, which has impacted meaningfully on Edo people, received commendation.
Meanwhile, Governor Godwin Obaseki, in the course of the week in focus, inaugurated a 15-member committee to screen political nominees from the 18 local government areas ahead of political appointments. He charged members of the committee to be transparent. The inauguration of the 15-member committee to screen political nominees is coming at a time the state government has put together formidable plans that will ensure working relationship between political holders and civil servants for best practice in all sectors of the economy to bring dividends of democracy to the people. Governor Basiki says their choice as members of the committee is deliberate so as to have accountable leaders who will effectively represent the constituencies and allow for grassroots participation.
We have gone around the states, we've asked that wards should submit nominations, 3 each, 1 being a woman. We've asked that local governments should submit nominations for senior special assistants, 2 of the 5 being women. We've asked that local governments should submit names for commissionerships. We have now received quite a lot. We gave guidelines. We received protests from some areas about the selection process, how it was done, how people were happy or not happy. We have collated all of those and we are passing them on to you. We are running a very, very transparent process. I don't have one name. The people in name have gone through the process. So we have a lot of trust and confidence in you that you will do a great job for us.
Chairman of the screening committee, Professor Dennis Agbalaho, appreciated the state governor for trusting them with the mandates.
We want to promise you that we'll try as much as possible to do a thorough job. On behalf of my colleagues, promise to be very, very transparent. Will be dutiful.
The committee members have until 15th of July to deliver on their mandates. In another development, Governor Godwin Obaseki, in the course of the week in focus, signed the Edo State Audit Bill 2021 into law with the optimism that the law will encourage the independence of the Office of the Auditor General to adequately play its statutory role. This was when the leadership of the Edo State House of Assembly and some top government functionaries presented the bill to him at the Government House for assent. Presenting the bill, the Speaker of the House explained that the bill was intended to provide a comprehensive and in-depth audit of funds, revenues, expenditures, assets and liabilities of government.
Which provides for the establishment of the Audit Service Commission and the Office of the Auditor General of Edo State and local governments and other connected purposes.
Expressing confidence in the leadership of the Assembly to work harmoniously with the executive arm of government to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people, and for giving the amendment bill accelerated passage, Governor Basiki says the bill will pave way for the establishment of the Edo State Audit Service Commission and the Office of the Auditor General of the state and local government.
It is important that the Edo State shows example and in its quest to provide direction for this effort. The purpose of the audit law, the revised audit law, is essentially to create an independence for the Office of the Auditor General. So independence so that they can undertake their functions, that statutory functions, overseeing the books of the states and the local governments without hindrance.
The governor promised to ensure that there is accountability and transparency in handling state resources.
We now take a break. We'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned.
You can always watch our news live at 1 p.m. and 7 p.m. Also, watch Midweek Connect at 9 a.m. every Wednesday and our other programs such as Health Plus, Schools Debate, Praise Vibes, and Events and Style on our YouTube channel, NTA Benin. Please do not forget to subscribe and leave a comment.
Many thanks for staying tuned. You're still watching 7 Days. In the course of the week in focus, the federal government arrested the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister for Justice, Abubakar Malami SAN, who made the disclosure to journalists in Abuja, revealed that Kanu was arrested and brought back to Nigeria following a collaborative effort between security agencies and the Interpol. As a follow-up to the arrest, the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, also briefed the press, where he relayed the federal government's commendation of the professionalism with which the Nigerian security agencies synergize with foreign counterparts to achieve the feat.
Nnamdi Kanu is facing an 11-count charge of treasonable felony, terrorism, and illegal possession of firearms, among others. But he jumped bail in 2017 and left the country. On Tuesday, after he was rearrested, he was arraigned in court and ordered to be remanded in the custody of the DSS, while the case has been adjourned till July 26th and 27th.
It will interest Nigerians to know that for over 2 years, our security and intelligence agencies were on the trail of the proscribed IPOB leader as he lived a 5-star life across several countries, traveling on chartered private jets, living in luxurious apartments, and turning out in designer clothes and shoes.
Lai Mohammed added that forensic investigation carried out has revealed very important and useful information.
While the investigation continues, we assure you that none of the collaborators, irrespective of their standing in the society, they will all face the full wrath of the law for their activities that challenge our nation's sovereignty and threatens its unity.
On calls for Kanu to have a fair trial, Lai Mohammed has this to say.
Many are suddenly calling for a fair trial for Kanu, as if he didn't get one before. He decided to jump bail and flee. However, I can assure you that the fair deal that Kanu denied many of the victims of the violence which he willfully instigated through his broadcasts and tweets will not be denied him.
The minister maintained that the rearrest was made possible by diligent efforts of Nigerian security and intelligence agencies in collaboration with countries Nigeria has obligations with.
The Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 5, Isaac Akimuyede, in the course of the week in focus, urged the media to ensure effective and balanced reportage, especially on issues bordering on security. The AIG made the appeal when he paid a courtesy visit to NTA Benin Network Center.
The circumstances in which journalists and reporters handle matters relating to security issues has raised concerns among security agencies, particularly the police. Against this backdrop, that the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 5, comprising Edo and Delta states, was in NTA Benin Network Center to solicit collaboration between the police and the organization. He stressed that professionalism must come into play while reporting cases of security.
We do a lot of work, and we want these things that we do to come into, to the knowledge of the people, so that people will know what police are really doing, because police are really working. At times, reporting of cases is such that reporters, they look at one side of the matter and they don't look at the other side before they go to the public to report such cases. But I know that this is not the case with NTA. But I'm only using this opportunity to appeal to the other media houses that whenever they have news, especially when it has to do with security, it is important for them to get the other side of the story from the police before going to report.
Zonal Director NTA Benin Network Center urged the police boss to always avail the reporters opportunity to have access to information that will aid them in their reportage, promising to work in harmony with the police.
Everybody tells his story from his subjective point of view, from a point of advantage to himself. So when you hear one side, you have not heard it all. So you really do need to hear the other side to have a true account of what it's all about. So I just want to assure you that we will not have problem with balancing our report. There are also other fundamental guidelines that we ensure that we comply with here in NTA. And so that's, we abide strictly by them, and that ensures that whatever report that comes out, that it's professionally done.
Appreciating the visit of the AIG to the center, the Deputy Director News, Phil Obano, expressed optimism that a good working relationship existing between the police and NTA will continue during his tenure. The high point of the visit was presentation of a plaque by the AIG.
In the course of the week in focus, activities marking the 50th coronation anniversary ceremony of the Ogira of Irua and Okaijesa of Isangland, His Royal Highness Alhaji William Momodu II, climaxed with conferment of chieftaincy titles on illustrious sons and daughters of Isangland.
Dignitaries from all walks of life, including sons and daughters of Irua Kingdom, were present at the coronation anniversary of the Ogirua Okaije-san of Esaland, His Royal Highness Alhaji William Momodu II. The week-long beehive of activities marking the 50th coronation anniversary of the Ogirua Okaije-san of Esaland came to a climax with the conferment of chieftaincy titles on deserving sons and daughters of Esaland and Irua Kingdom in particular. There were also awards of certificates of honor to deserving personalities.
And to be honored by His Royal Majesty, I feel highly honored and blessed.
Chairman of the occasion, Senator Clifford Odia, said the chief celebrant since his accession on the throne for 50 years now in Irua Kingdom has brought peace and development to the land, hence the celebration of the 50th coronation anniversary.
Since your accession as the Onoje of Irua Kingdom, we have known peace, we have development that you have brought to this kingdom.
Some of the guests present described the traditional ruler as an epitome of peace and development while wishing him long reign on the throne of Irua Kingdom.
I'm happy that the throne is already fulfilled to me. That is the beginning of his spending more than 50 years on the throne. It's great prosperity.
I wish him the best of life. I wish him especially good health and God's protection.
I wish him good health. It's something easy. You have the fine traditional run the throne for 50 years.
He reign long in the throne and hand over successfully to his successor.
It's been a great moment, peace and development. So
the chief celebrant in a speech thanked God for the gift of life and sustainability on the throne for the number of years of his reign.
I thank Almighty Allah that we're able to clock her today.
And when you look around, you see the happiness yourself. I'm very happy.
Grateful to God, for this very day. This is it could be God that can do this. It's not man-made, So I really appreciate God for the very day.
We are here to celebrate with him. As a son, I'm very happy to celebrate with him.
High point of the event was the cutting of the anniversary cake by the chief celebrant, His Royal Highness Alhaji Williams Momodu II. There were also cultural displays to add color to the ceremony.
And talking sports, in the course of the week in focus, management of Edo Queens Football Club officially announced Wemimo Olarewaju Matthew as the new head coach of the team for the 2021-2022 Nigerian Women Football League season, slated to commence later in the year. The Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu at the event at the Government House tasked managers of football clubs not to allow players to sign slave contracts.
The unveiling of a new coach to tinker the affairs of the Obaseki Girls for the next season follows a poor acting at the NWFL Super 6 round-robin games in Ijebu-Ode. Presenting the new coach, Philip Shaibu re-emphasized on the Governor Obaseki's determination to blend education with sports. He says with a disciplinarian as a coach, he is expecting a league that is functional and will play by the rule.
If you must have sponsors sponsor a team in the league, that sponsor must conform with the rules and regulations that guides the league. We will not release any player that we are not sure that the contract he will be signing or she will be signing is not a slave contract. We are interested in making them sign outside our clubs, but we are also interested in knowing that their career will not be cut short as a result of going to sign in foreign clubs.
Coach Wemimo Olarewaju Matthew thanked the management of Edo Queens for the opportunity to serve and promised to sacrifice more for the overall success of the team.
In this country, I've never seen a state supporting female football in Nigeria like Edo. I promise that I am going to give my best. I am going to give my best with the help of God and with the help of people that will work with me.
The state government has really invested so much in sport in Edo State, and we will not let them down. So with the new coach with us, and then the management crew of both Edo Queens and Bendel Insurance, we are promising the people of Edo State that we will deliver Edo Queens and Bendel Insurance to the glory of God.
Coach Wemimo led Sunshine Queens to 6th place at the abruptly ended 2021 NWFL Premiership season before leading the Akure Girls to 4th place. She finished at the Super 6 with just 4 points behind champions Rivers Angels. Wemimo Matthew Olarewaju, currently a member of the Super Falcons technical crew, is serving as second assistant to Coach Randy Wardrum. And still sports management of a new game just introduced in state called Tech Ball presented jerseys and balls to the deputy governor.
We have a squad called Philip Shaibu Tech Ball Club.
Meanwhile, the deputy governor Philip Shaibu has used the opportunity to disclose that the state is yet to receive funds from the federal government for the just concluded National Sports Festival.
And that's it on 7 days. Many thanks for watching. Remember to join us again next week for another edition. Until then, do have a wonderful week ahead of you. Good morning.